So you want to make money with an AI automation agency. In other words, you want to make money with a marketing agency that leverages AI to fulfill its services. In even other words, you want to send leads to businesses and get paid for it. Now, the issue with marketing is that there's literal infinite things you can do. You can go out and give flyers on the street, you can do Pinterest, you can do Facebook, you can do YouTube, you can do ads, you can do organic, TikTok. There's endless things you can do. And that's bad. But it's also good because it means you have a lot of options to succeed. In this case, succeed in sending businesses leads and getting paid for it. Now you can do the classic SMMA, that stands for social media marketing, which is in essence managing the client's social media networks and bringing them leads that way, whether it's organic or with paid ads. Or you can do something way smarter with way higher conversion rates, which is called search marketing, which in other words is called SEO, search engine optimization. And in essence, what this is you're going to be ranking your client's sites on top of Google, Bing, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Grok. All these search engines, whether that's the classic ones like Google or Bing, or these AI-based, LLM-based search engines like GPT, Grok, or Perplexity. And then like the classic marketing on social media where people are interrupted, so they're scrolling through Facebook, TikTok, whatever, right? And then ad shows up, or even an organic publication, right? With search-based marketing, people have an intent behind it. People are going on Google and searching for something and the client's showing up. People are going on Bing doing the same thing. People are going on ChatGPT and asking XYZ and the client's showing up. So it's intent-based searching. Again, unlike social media where people are scrolling and they're interrupted, whether that's through an organic or paid post, right? With search-based marketing, people are wanting to buy whatever it is that you're selling, right? Because there's an intent behind the search of said person. So for example, if they go on Google and search for best dog beds for old dogs, right? And your client shows up, well, a lot of people are going to buy. Well, if you're just scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, whatever, right? And a social post pops up of your client's dog bed, well, they might not really be interested in buying the dog bed at the moment. While again, someone searching for it, it's actively looking for it. Whether that search happens on Google and Bing, or it happens on GPT, Perplexity, or Grok, doesn't matter. Whichever the search engine is, you can be optimized for it. In other words, you can have your clients ranking first on them, thus bringing them leads through search marketing. And so I want to show you step by step how you can make $2,500 every single week with search-based marketing. So I'm going to hop inside my computer. It's going to be a boring video, but trust me, if you want to succeed, if you want to make money, you got to be willing to do the boring stuff. Forget the POV vlogs where people go and buy cars and these fancy watches, right? That's great. They all do that. But in their free time or in their work time, they're doing exactly what I'm going to show you right now, the boring work. That's how you get rich. That's how you make a lot of money. So let's jump in. I'm going to show you step by step how you can do it. Let's go. Right, so we are here. We have a lot to cover, so let's just break it down. Again, it's going to be boring, but trust me, you got to do the boring stuff to succeed. So there's 8 steps in making $2,500 a week with your AI marketing agency. Now, first thing, and the very first step, of course, is, right, what service are you going to be providing, right? If you're building a marketing agency, right? Marketing is just a word that means, okay, client acquisition in essence, right? And you have an agency, meaning you do marketing. So you bring clients to other businesses and you use AI, and we make this buzzword, but you use AI to increase the speed at which you can deliver those services, because AI isn't a magic tool, right? AI is like this little wrench, right? Let me just do a quick analogy. Little wrench that allows you to do the same things you do without it, just faster. So if me and you are in a table building competition, right? We have to build out tables, right? 2 legs and a top part, right? It's me versus you, okay? This is me, this is you, right? And you are screwing up the legs to the top of the table with your bare hands, okay? And I have a screwdriver, right? Or a wrench, right? So this looks ugly, right? But at the end of the day, right, we both build the same tables. I'm just able to do it so much faster. So I'm able to build so many more tables so much faster than you, right? Again, the end goal is the same. The tables will be built. But the thing is that because you're using your hands, you got to tighten up the bolts with your hands, while I have these 2 tools that allow me to do it faster. That's exactly what AI is. AI is a tool. And another thing is that if you don't know how to use AI, well, having the tool is pointless, right? If you don't know how to use a wrench, well, you're not going to be able to build a table. So AI isn't a magic tool, okay? I know a lot of people use this as a buzzword, but AI is not a magic tool, right? You use AI to amplify what you do as a human with your own tools, okay? Just like with ads, if you run ads to a shitty product, you won't get any sales, right? ads just amplify what you do organically to some extent. I know I'm diverging a bit, but just want to throw that in there. Now, again, what service are you going to be providing? As I said in the intro, right, we are going to be driving sales via organic search, okay? And so this means that we are going to leverage search engines. So we have the classic Google and Bing, right, which are the search engines we've been using for a while. And now we have ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Grok. And there's many more. There are going to be many more, right? But doesn't matter, okay? Let's just focus on this for now because the same principles that we apply to this apply to anything else, okay? And so people search for stuff on these search engines. And don't think that because AI is here and because there's AI overviews and because there's ChatGPT that people won't go on Google anymore. People will still go on Google because certain types of searches require you to go on Google. Other types of searches require you to go on ChatGPT. Just like certain types of searches require you to go on a search engine called Amazon. That's for product searches. Just like, for example, some types of searches require you to go on Instagram because Instagram is a search engine, TikTok is a search engine, YouTube is a search engine. There's multiple search engines. Some of them are geared towards product like Amazon's or maybe Etsy's or maybe eBay. Some of them are geared towards restaurants, locations. For example, Instagram is a great place to find good restaurants near you because there's like images of the restaurant. There's UGC content, so user-generated content about the place, right? You get my point, right? People are not going to stop using Google. Google's going to still be around, right? And even if they do, right? Even if they do, well, we can still optimize for these ones, okay? Which is exactly what you're going to be selling. The service you're going to be selling is exposure, or in other words, you're going to be ranking client site first on Google and Bing. So when someone, let's say, for example, your client sells dog beds, okay? You are going to be ranking the clients, their site, for keywords like best dog beds for old dogs, or for example, dog beds, okay? Or best dog beds for dog race. Is it race? I'm not too sure. Or breed, sorry. Dog breed, right? Doesn't really matter. So again, your goal is to be ranking them there because again, if they sell beds, right, you're going to be ranking them first on Google so that when someone searches for any of these keywords or any other keywords, right, depends on the niche, right, they show up first, people click it, and they buy from them. Now, of course, there is a big gap between people searching for something and buying it, right? In between, we have people actually clicking on the site, then people actually going through the site, right? Then people actually trusting the brand that's there, right? People actually wanting to buy for a certain price, right? Then maybe you can capture their email because if maybe they click off the site, then you can retarget them with emails, then they open up email, then you go actually buy. So it's hard, right? You don't expect that just because people click on a site, they'll buy, right? That's not how it goes. So there's a bunch more stuff that the business owner needs to do in tandem with your marketing because just ranking them first is great. But if their site is super slow, if their customer support sucks, if their product is awful, right, this won't bring them more revenue, okay? A marketing engine only works great if the business engine works good as well. So great product, great customer support, etc. Hopefully this makes sense. But again, we're just going to be focusing for now on the driving traffic to the business. We can focus later on conversions, but that is something that is more worked on with the business itself. So if you don't own the business and you're just doing the marketing, they're only paying you for leads, right? They're not paying you for conversions, at least not as of now, okay? But I mean, there's a bunch of parentheses I can make here, but I won't do too many. And for example, ChatGPT and Perplexity, which are these AI-based search engines, right, where people search for prompts and the AI gives them like a text. Main difference here is that with Google and Bing, they're not interactive. So if I search on Google or let's just say I search on ChatGPT for best dog beds for old dogs, right? GPT will give me like a list. I'll even show right here real quick so we have an actual live example of how things work. So we just search for this. Like if I search for this on Google, right, it'll give me for, of course, like a bunch of ads, Reddit as well, and like the blog post, okay? And there's no interactivity here. Even if I use Amazon as a search engine, there's no interactivity. While, for example, if I go here, okay, I can interact and go back and forth with it. Okay, I have a 10-year-old golden retriever. He's, I don't know, 100 centimeters long, has a bad paw and whatever, right? So you can go back and forth with it, so it can recommend different products and different things tailored to your prompt. So these search engines, these AI-based, LLM-based search engines are different from Google, okay? All this to say that, again, we're also going to be optimizing for ranking on GPT, Perplexity, and Grok. So the service you'll be providing is called SEO, Search Engine Optimization, right? We're optimizing the client's site to show up on these search engines, okay? But we'll talk later down the line how to fulfill the service, so how to actually rank the sites on there. So don't worry about it. Right now, I just want to cover what the service is that you're going to be providing, okay? Now, second thing we have to know is, okay, client acquisition. How do you acquire clients? Because you can have the best skills in the world. You can be amazing at doing all this. You can be amazing at ranking sites on Google, and you can rank, let's say you can rank sites like this on top of GPT, on top of all these. But if nobody knows about it, well, you're not going to have any clients. So if you're just beginning, there's two ways. Actually, there's one way to acquire clients, super easy and almost guaranteed, which is through the rank and rent method. And you can go and watch this and this video for an in-depth breakdown on what rank and rent is. But I'll dive a bit, I'll do an overview of what it is and why it's valuable for beginners. So what rank and rent is essentially is, instead of you getting a client, right? Let's say you call up the business and you sell them services for, okay, listen guys, I will take your site and I will rank it first on Google. That's very hard because you have no rapport, you have no past client acquisition, past client success stories. So what you do is you create your own. So you go out and buy a domain. You buy the domain, let's say you buy dog beds for olddogs.com. You buy this domain, okay? And what you do, and why this is called rank and rent, is because you own this asset, you own this domain. And so you're going to rank it, right? And then you're going to rent it out. So instead of you working directly on the client's site, no, you work on your own site, which you own the asset for. And then once it's ranking, then you rent it out or you sell the leads to the businesses. Why this is good is because, let's say, with what I'll teach you, let's say, for example, you're able to rank this site first for a bunch of these keywords, like best dog beds, whatever, right? It's getting some traffic, some leads, right? People are going to the site. What you do then, instead of calling up businesses and saying, hey, listen, I'm amazing at SEO, I can rank your site first on Google, give me $2,500 and I'll rank you first. Instead of saying that, because nobody's going to say yes, right? You go for a irrefusable offer. You craft a irrefusable offer. And the way you can craft a irrefusable offer is by doing this. So let's say, again, you have this site ranking for a bunch of keywords. You call the businesses up, you call some pet store, whatever, and say, hey, listen, guys, I know you don't know me, but I own dog beds for olddogs.com. We rank first for all these keywords. We get around 1,000 in monthly organic search traffic from Google, but we don't sell beds. I have nowhere to send this traffic. So I'm calling up every single dog store I can find in this area or in this state and seeing who wants these leads. Would taking on these leads be of interest to you? So something along these lines. This is, of course, a irrefusable offer. Who in their right mind would say no, right? And that little thing I said there, I'm calling up every business in the area to see who wants to take on these leads, is key. That's not random. Saying that will make them think, they're calling everyone. I mean, I don't want my competitors to have these leads. I want to say yes. So this, I'm not saying that they'll say yes on the call, but it's a great foot in the door strategy. This can get you a meeting, right? This can get you to go out to their offices and explain things in a bit more detail. Again, go watch the videos that I just said before, the two ones about rank and rent. I'll leave them down below in the description because I break down a bit more in depth how that would work. But that's basically it, okay? Ranking your own site, your own asset, and then renting it out or sending the leads to the businesses and selling the leads, okay? That's the very first method. It's beginner friendly. Then the second method, less beginner friendly, is just, again, improving their SEO. So working on the actual client site. So calling them up and say, hey, listen, I do SEO. I can guarantee XYZ. And I'll work on our site. No, don't just call them up and say, hey, listen, I'm Vasco, I own an SEO agency, and I want to make you a lot of money. That sucks because businesses get these calls every single day. When I say calls, I say emails as well, right? Don't just think that you should just have to call. You can send the emails, you can send DMs via Twitter, you can send DMs via Instagram, right? You can get in touch with businesses a bunch of different ways. I'm just saying call because it's easier for now. But improving their SEO, and if you're going for that strategy, try to make a irrefusable offer as well. So say something along the lines of, hey, listen, or in a DM, I don't know, right? Or an email, I can guarantee a 25% increase in your organic search traffic over 90 days from Google, or you don't pay, or I work for free until I do, which, funny enough, is the offer we do at my company not trying to promote this, just trying to let you know, like one of our done for you services is that we guarantee a 25% increase in non-branded Google search traffic in 180 days. Guarantee, or we work for free until we do. That's a pretty decent offer, right? Because you pay me and I give you a 25% more traffic. And if I don't, I work for free, so I don't get paid. Okay, so that's a irrefusable offer. Now, the way, of course, we're able to do this is because we know what we're doing, and we're good at it. Okay, so you, of course, have to be good at what you're doing. Nobody's going to you're never going to make this much money a week if you're not good at what you're doing. So get good at what you're doing, right? Very first thing. In this case, of course, get good at client acquisition through search. And again, we'll go over all that, don't worry, okay? Now, we went over the service, we went over how to acquire clients, the strategies. Now we want to go over. And by the way, if there's anything you feel like it's missing, just comment down below and I'll answer everything. Or I'll even link you to some resources where I cover these in a bit more detail. But third is, okay, now we got to choose, like starting now going over how to actually rank the sites, right? Whether you're doing this for your own site or you're doing it for the client site, right? We got to choose the right keywords because it is dumb to focus on traffic. I'll give you an example. So if I go here to Ahrefs, which is a tool that gives us the traffic for any site. You can put any site here and it gives you the traffic. So we have this much traffic, right? Which isn't that much, right? But we have competitors with way more traffic than us, 10 times more traffic than us, making way less money than us. Why? It's because the keywords they rank for have no buying intent. Let me show you an example. If I go here to our blog and opened up one of these articles right here, just copy the URL and paste it in here. This article on our blog ranks, right? It ranks and it gets some traffic, right? It gets a lot of traffic. Not a lot, but some, right? This page makes us an astounding $0. Zero. Even though we get traffic every single month, we make no money off of it. Why? Because the keywords it ranks for have low buying intent according to the product we're selling. Here's what I mean. We have a tool that does SEO for you. We automate your SEO. Okay, we do SEO article writing. We have this AI agent that automatically optimizes your site for you. We have this automatic blogging tool, automatic linking, social syndication, keyword researcher. It's like a holistic AI SEO tool. Okay, the point of this is not to sell you the tool; it's just to show you what we do. Okay, we are an SEO tool, and this blog just covers. It talks about the OpenAI's revenue for 2024. It's a nice blog post that's informative, that talks about how much money they make. Pretty straightforward. Now, the thing is that nobody searching for this and landing on this blog is looking for an SEO tool, right? If we were to sell a stock trading calculator, or we had like a stock trading app or a newsletter for stock trading tips, I don't know, then people searching for this would actually buy. And I did a video on this. It's this one right here, where I cover basically and go over our backend database, where I show you every single person that joined and came on this page. Not a single one of them created an account. And all this to say that when you are choosing the keywords you want to rank for, which then you're going to be producing content around those keywords and creating pages around those keywords, right? You need to go for buying intent. That's key. Here's a better example, right? Let's say I have an iPhone repair shop. So people, right, come into my business, right, to repair their iPhones, okay? But first, of course, they come to my website, right? Now, my website can rank for keywords like how to repair an iPhone, but it can also rank for keywords like where to repair an iPhone or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone. Now, let's say the keyword how has 10,000 searches per month, okay? Every single month. And let's say the sum of these two keywords, the search volume for them, the where and the how much, have only 1,000 searches per month. Now, they're more or less relevant, more or less similar, right? You'd think that it would be smart to rank for this keyword. Now, the thing is that the buying intent of this keyword right here, how, is so much lower than the buying intent for these keywords right here. Because someone searching for how, most likely they want to learn how to do it themselves. While someone searching for where or how much, well, most likely they want to pay someone to do it for them. So it's much smarter to go for this. The buying intent behind these keywords is so high. And so you got to go for high buying intent, not necessarily traffic, because traffic can be a vanity metric. Again, we make zero money out of this. Even though it ranks, it's pointless. Pointless for the product we're selling. Maybe if we could do a call to action on this blog post instead of this right here, and instead of this right here, to like email opt-in where we talk about stock trading and then convince them to starting a blog or a site about stock trading, and then convince them, okay, now you have your site set up, you got to rank it first, then we could sell them on the software, but that's like too long. You don't want to be doing this, okay? I mean, you can, but you don't want to be doing it necessarily, okay? And so even on this example right here, right, for the people that search for how, we could have this like page on our site. We have this like amazing guide with like 10 steps, like a list of 10 steps on how to fix your phone, right? We tell them, do this, do that, do this. And at the end, we can say, hey, listen, you can do all this manually yourself at the risk of breaking your phone, or you could just come into our store and we'll do it for you in like 10 minutes, right? We might be able to convert some of these people, right, into actually buyers, but it's much smarter to go for keywords like this with lower search volume and higher buying intent. Why? Well, because it's easier to rank for those keywords. So if you do like a keyword matrix where in the y-axis we have BI, buying intent, and in the x-axis we have traffic, and usually higher the traffic, the higher the competition for a certain keyword. So for the keyword money or credit card, it's very hard to rank for those keywords because it's super competitive. But when you do this matrix, right, you make a list of all the keywords you want to rank for high buying intent keywords, right? And you put them all here according to their buying intent. And then you don't target keywords here nor here. Why? Because this quadrant has low buying intent, low traffic, and this one has low buying intent, high traffic. So not only is these keywords hard to rank because higher competition, but the buying intent is super low. You go for keywords here and here because these two quadrants have super high buying intent, and this one has high traffic and this one has low traffic. That's the ideal thing. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how do I find these keywords? Well, you can use it to like Journal AI that gives you the keywords, like by default. There's this feature that does it all for you called keyword monitors. And then it allows you to produce content based off of those keywords. But I don't want to promote this. I guess you can do it a free way, which is sit down, put yourself in the customer's shoes and think, okay, if I was a potential customer of this business, wanting to buy this product or service, what would I be searching for on Google, ChatGPT, Bing, whatever, if I wanted to be a potential customer of this business? Sit down, put yourself in the customer's shoes and think and write it down. That's the best way you can do it. Or even speak with the business owner if you don't own the business, right? And ask them, right? That's the only way. The only way you drive quality traffic to a business is if you understand who is buying from that business and what their pain point is. That's how you can come up with these keywords. You can use paid tools and all that, but the best way is to do this, and it's free, okay? So hopefully this made sense so far. Again, if there's anything you feel like I'm going over super fast, I'll leave links down below for free, in-depth tutorials on keyword research, okay? So don't worry, okay? But again, just know that the nuance here and the main point right here is to go for buying intent over traffic. Go for keywords like, of course, the biggest buying intent in a keyword is buy product online, right? That's the highest buying intent keyword. That's very competitive as well, right? That's a keyword that's on this quadrant right here. Buy iPhone online. It's here because it's super competitive, right? So go for the keywords with low buying intent, high buying intent, low traffic and high traffic, okay? For example, I'll tell you a keyword for our niche, our business that's super high buying intent, low traffic, which is basically keywords targeting our competitors' names. So let's say one of our competitors, let's say they're called SEOgod.com. I don't know, right? What we can do, the keywords you can target are SEO God alternative or SEO God pricing or SEO God versus other tool. Why? Well, because people searching for SEO God alternative, so our competitor name alternative, well, they know what this thing does, what this software is. Maybe they've used it, right? And they're actively looking for an alternative. So they want to buy, they want to try something new. This is super high buying intent. And it's not very competitive because there's not many people doing this type of content or pricing or this versus that. So I have a video on that. You can go watch this video right here and this one I think as well, where I break down the exact SEO strategy we are using to rank our own business on Google. And you can go watch this one, and I think this one too, where it breaks down what we're doing exactly step by step to rank on AI engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Grok. Okay? Hopefully this made sense so far. Now, moving on. So the next step in our strategy after this is, of course, improving UI and UX. Now, I want to include this here because a lot of people neglect this. Because the thing is that if you send traffic to an ugly page, nobody's going to buy. There's this thing called perceived value, right? Apple has very high perceived value, right? And status. That's why even though the iPhone is a lot more expensive than Android phones, and arguably shittier because low quality camera or lower quality cameras, less storage, whatever, right? It's overall, as a just looking at the product itself, it can be considered worse, less features, less whatever. And it's even more expensive. And even though all that happens, they're still, I think, $1 trillion company that sell a lot of phones because they're sexy, they're appealing, right? There's high perceived value for their brand. So improving the user experience, so the user interface and user experience on your site helps with increasing the brand's valuation in the customer's eyes and increasing conversions, right? Super simple. If you send people to an ugly site that doesn't convey any trust, nobody's going to buy. And in terms of user experience, right? For example, I'll give you a good example here. So on our blog, if you're doing a blog, right, don't just write the blog post, right? Make sure you have calls to action because the whole goal of this is to convert people. So you'll see that we have a call to action up here. We have a call to action on the left. That's sticky. This is always like here, like on the left, sorry, excuse me. And if you scroll down, right, we have a call to action down here. And this can be applied not to any business, right? Have calls to action anywhere. Improve the user experience to increase the conversions. If you're doing this for a local business, right? Most local businesses site look very ugly, okay? Make them look good. Make them look great. Make them at least look better than the competitors, okay? Super short one. And I even recorded, I think, this video right here that just goes over exactly how to do that. If you don't watch it, I'll leave it down below in the description. So that's important as well. So don't neglect UI and UX. Okay. Now moving on to a bit more technical stuff. Well, we're gonna talk about the 3 pillars of SEO. Okay, of search engine optimization. So if you want to understand how to do SEO, you gotta understand what it is and how it works. And so again, tying this back again, we are building an AI marketing agency, and the service we're providing is growth and leads through organic search marketing, through SEO, by ranking client sites on top of Google and Bing and all these AI search engines and any other search engine that pops up. The principles are the same. Okay. Now, we have to talk about the 3 pillars of SEO. And the thing about these 3 pillars is that if you just do one, you won't succeed. If you just do 2, you won't succeed. You got to do all 3. Okay. So on page, in essence, is everything that happens on your site. So the keywords you write the content for, the way you write the content, how you write it, right? The way it's positioned, if you add images, if you add videos, right? The things that are on the site, your services pages, if you're a service, your product pages, all the info that's on the site that search engines read, okay? That's the very first thing. Off page essentially is backlink building. What is this? Well, if you have a website right here, we have our dog website, okay? Let's say Forbes writes this amazing article about dogs, and in the article they will put a link to us. This is called a backlink. Okay, let's say for example we have a finance app calculator. We have this finance app that people use to do stock trading. So finance app. Well, maybe Bloomberg links to us. Maybe Investopedia links to us. Okay, these are backlinks. And why are they valuable? Well, because if you have links from trustworthy sources in Google's eyes, or trustworthy sources in ChatGPT's eyes, or Perplexity's eyes, or Grok's eyes, or Bing's eyes, right? If these big boys trust Forbes, Bloomberg, Investopedia, and they do, right? That's why they have a lot of traffic. They rank. They have like high domain authorities. High domain authorities being this right here. So they're trustworthy sources, right? Notable organizations. Well, if they trust these, and if these are linking to you, well, indirectly, Google and all these engines will put more trust in you. Okay, so it's good to have backlinks. If you have all these mentions on all these places that mention your brand and link to it, well, if the search engines you are trying to rank for or trying to rank on value these big boys, and these big boys link to you, well, they're going to value you as well. They're going to see you as an authority. So link building is very important, and you can go watch this video right here and this one, which basically break down exactly step by step how I build links, how I'm building backlinks to this brand, how I'm building backlinks to all the clients that buy backlinks from us, and how they actually do work. Okay, and a link and a mention doesn't have to be like from a site itself. It can be from Twitter. So a Twitter social post to here. It can be like a Facebook post or a LinkedIn post to your site. So all these are sort of links. And of course, some sites have more weight than others. So a link from LinkedIn might not have the same power or effect in ranking your site a bit higher than a link from Forbes, right? That's only natural. But go watch those 2 videos because they break down in detail how that works. Now, Technical SEO, and the final one, which is the most boring one, is all about stuff like site speed, meta title, meta description, which is this stuff right here. So if I just take this and do this, right? Our meta title is this. Our meta description is this right here. And I talked about this before, but and this right here, for example, the fav icon is also a part of technical SEO. And just talking about these two things, for example, the meta titles and descriptions are important for two things. First one is because of SEO, quote unquote, optimization. This is a bit redundant, but it's the way in which you sprinkle in your keywords in here. So we sprinkled our main keyword, AI article writer for SEO. We sprinkled it in here, as well as our brand name, which I don't like the name, which will be changing soon because people think we do something we don't do. Second thing is optimizing for CTR, for click-through rate, right? So even though you're ranking first right here, if the second result, the meta title, is more enticing to click on, well, maybe people click this. And if people do this enough, well, eventually you're going to be dropping down, okay? So optimizing, that's one of the reasons why technical SEO is important and why these small things are important. Also, site speed is very important. If people click your site and it takes 5 or 10 seconds to load, well, what's going to happen is that people are just going to click off and then click the second result, okay? So it's not necessarily because you're ranking first that you're going to get the most conversions, most clicks, right? Site speed. Also schema markup and all this stuff. And again, this is boring stuff, but very important. Technical SEO is very important. So you can go watch this video right here to learn in depth how to do it, okay? So go watch it right here. I'll leave it in the description as well as below if hopefully I don't forget. And I know I'm linking you to a bunch of different resources, but why would I talk about this again if I've already done in-depth training on them? So go watch that. Again, I think it's these two. I'll leave them in the description, so don't worry about it, okay? All this to say that these three pillars are very important. Very, very, very important, because you cannot succeed without it. Let's say you have the best on-page SEO. You have the best off-page SEO, but then your site is super slow. Well, you're kind of doomed, right? Again, go watch those courses that I just mentioned because they go over in depth how to do each one of these, step by step by step. So don't worry. Now, the sixth step, of course, is ranking on the classic Google and Bing search engines. So this is the big question. How do you actually do SEO? How do you actually rank first? Now, all this that I just told you from here, from point 3 to point 5, so 3, 4, and 5, play a big part into ranking your site. And it is simple. Anyone that's watching this right now understood it. It is simple. It's never easy, but it is simple. So the way you rank on Google, the theoretical way is, okay, you produce content that satisfies the user's search intent. So all the classic search engines Google and Bing want to do is, okay, someone is searching for something, right, on the search bar, and we're going to be providing them with a bunch of results, right? And the results right here, all these sites, Google tries to make them as relevant as possible for the search query the customer used. So all Google wants is to make sure that the results and the pages that they rank for a certain keyword satisfy the user's search intent. So what you do is you come up with your keywords, right, and then produce content based off of those keywords that satisfies the user's search intent. Pretty simple, right? That's basically it. Now, of course, simple, never easy, because there's a lot of nuance to it, right? Okay, but what does the content have to have? How many backlinks should I build? Because talking about off-page now. What should I write in my meta title, meta description? Like, what should I do in specific? And I hate when people just give you theoretical stuff. Now, this video would be 5 hours long if I gave you all the specifics, but lucky you, I've recorded a bunch more videos for free, all here on YouTube, which go over step by step how to do SEO for the classic search engines. So go watch these videos right here. Again, I'll link them down below, and yeah, it basically teaches you how to do it. And that's basically it. I know maybe this is a bit of a theoretical video, but I wanted to make this video the holy grail on how to do this, and then link you out to these other free resources that teach you step by step how to do it. Because again, it's super simple, never easy. But hopefully this somewhat overview gave you insights on how to do it. Because again, you now understand what backlinks are, but you think, okay, Vasco, how do I find them? What's a good backlink? Like, how much should I pay for links, right? All that is explained in those videos, step by step, okay? So don't worry. Ranking on the AI-based search engines, so the AI LLM-based search engines like GPT, Perplexity, and Grok. Again, go watch these videos right here. They break down step by step, not just theoretical stuff, but step by step stuff on how we're ranking our own business, right? Because I have a business, right? Journalist AI is my business. And the way in which I drive traffic to it to make sales is through SEO on Google, Bing, and the AI search engines. And so I've made videos on how we are doing it for our business, step by step, no hiding a single thing. So go watch those videos because I teach you step by step how to do it. Okay. Now understand that there's a high correlation between these two. So if you're ranking on the classic search engines, by default, you'll rank on these AI search engines because they don't come up with info, right? These AI engines don't come up with info. What they do is they go and read through your site, go and read through the web, they go on Reddit, they go on LinkedIn, they go on social media, collect all the info, and then show it to you in a different fashion, okay? So if you're ranking on Google, right, you already have a site, you have backlinks, you have blog posts, you have pages, right? That these AI engines, these LLMs will read through it and then take the info that's on your site and on your socials and show it to users on the ChatGPT and Perplexity and Grok. These are just the way in which LLMs use to show info. These are just the products. So again, go watch these videos that teach you step by step how to do LLM-based SEO and how we are actually doing it live for our own sites. Super simple. Again, please go watch that stuff. And then, of course, 8, how much to charge? Well, super simple. You can do a couple things. The very first one is you can see how much competitors are charging and charge the same. Basically it. Second thing, if you're doing rank and rent, well, again, you go watch that video that I mentioned before, you can charge per lead, you can charge a monthly fee. Per lead, just do some math and see, okay, how much is a lead worth for these guys? You can even ask them, right? Ask them, hey, listen, guys, how much is a lead worth for you guys? A potential lead. Or even just do buyers. How much is their average LTV for a client? Let's say it's $500, okay? Let's assume after expenses, probably whatever, it comes down to $200, right? Well, ask for 30% or 40% of that per lead, okay? There you go, simple math. Again, there's no one size fits all. When you're charging per lead, you gotta go inside the business and speak with the owners and figure out a value that's fair for both. Pretty simple. Now, if you're charging a monthly fee, well, again, see, your site is, or their site is here, they're ranking first. They're getting, let's say, they're getting 1K in traffic for all of these keywords, right? What you do is you go into Google Keyword Planner, which is this free Google tool, that tells you how much each one of your keywords, what's their AdWords bid. So in other words, how much people are paying to show ads for those keywords. And so if people are paying like 10 cents for this one, 20 cents for this one, 50 cents for this one per click, right? If you're getting 1K in traffic for all these keywords, right? Say the average is like 30 cents per lead per click, right? Let's say you're getting let's say you're getting 1K search per month. Actually, it should be higher. Let's say we're at $5 overall. That's 5K like worth of clicks. They would have to pay Google, and you're bringing it organically through SEO. Hopefully it's making sense so far. And so just have this, like do just like 2.5K or 3K, right? And say, hey, listen, instead of paying Google, just pay us for SEO. And even if you're paying Google, if you turn off the ads tab, right, you stop getting results. With SEO, once your site is ranked, well, you're still up there. Now, I know I ran through this super fast, but you can go watch this video right here that breaks down pricing strategies more in detail. Again, I know I'm sending you everywhere, but this is meant to be like more of an overview video, about all this stuff. And so by now, right, with this long video, you should have every single thing you need to succeed and make money. You know what service you're going to be providing, right? You know how to acquire clients, and I've linked you to a bunch of resources on how to acquire clients, how to do the rank and rent method, for example, right? You know how to choose the keywords, very important, and I've linked you to a video on how to do it in detail, right? You know how important it is to go and improve your UI and UX for conversions, and I've linked you to a video of that as well. You know what the 3 pillars of SEO are and how each one of these works and how to actually do it, right? What they mean. You know how to rank on Google, hopefully, because you go out and watch the videos that I mentioned before. You know how to rank on GPT. You know how much to charge. The ball is in your corner. You know what to do. Now, most likely, you'll fail because it's very hard. If it were easy, anyone would do it. But it's good because you're going to fail the first time, you're going to fail the second time, but you're going to succeed the third time. That's how you make money. That's how you succeed. It's through failure. Because I gave you every single thing I know. I gave every single thing that worked for me. Now, I no longer do this stuff. I do it for my own business, right? But I gave you every single thing I know that worked for me, right? Step by step. Again, complement the video that you're watching right here with all the rest of the videos that are recommended because it's very important because it gives you all the nuance. But you know what to do. You just have to go out and get it. So lock in, work for 6 months nonstop, and I can assure you that if you do that, if you lock in, if you follow the training, you'll see success. Now, I don't charge you for any of this. I just give it all away. You might be asking why? Well, because my goal is to give you everything away for free in terms of SEO and marketing, so that eventually, if you want, you can use my software to automate some of that stuff for you. So to automate, for example, content creation. For example, I'll give you a super quick thing. Or to automate technical SEO, because it's a pain in the ass to have to do it manually. So if you just use this, again, I'm not trying to sell you on this, I'm just trying to make a point. We built this AI agent that basically analyzes a bunch of the pages on a client's site, analyzes the page titles, keywords, descriptions, URLs, image alt text, internal links, and it can fix it for you. It gives you, for example, for the page titles, it tells you, listen, this is your current page title. We suggest you change it to this, your meta title, and tell you why. Right? Here's why we think you should change it from this to this. You can hit apply or discard the AI suggestion, and based on what you apply and discard, the AI will learn to improve future recommendations. So what this is basically automating a bunch of your technical SEO for you. So the goal and reason why I provide all these values for free, and why I actually really generally want you to succeed, is because then hopefully you'll use my software to automate this once you're successful. So any questions you have, please ask them down below. I'll answer all of them. And please, 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 of course, complement this training with all the videos that I said for you to watch, because that's where the winners are. The winners are in the ones that take into action and watch all the new ones, and of course, then put into action. So yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe. Please check the links. Please get to work, and let's make some money. Cheers, take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.